Ahoy there, YouTube! Got Thunderbucket here in the garage today. Just finally finished parting out that 86 SR5 yesterday. Got it out of the garage. I'm still trying to clean up, but I got a lot of great parts from that car that I'm going to be passing on to some of my other cars. One of them is a really nice steering shaft joint, so I might throw that on today. But I got a halfway decent driver's side blinker lens. I'm thinking I'm going to throw some tape over this and probably throw this on this car. But it got me thinking, I'm constantly having problems with these things. Just last weekend I went wheeling and blew out another lens. I got one over there that's broken as well, covered in tape. Well, it was covered in tape, but now the tape's falling off. But I'm continually breaking these things. I have owned this car for about 13 and a half months, and I've shit through 5 of these things. And they don't make them anymore, and I'm constantly breaking these nice clean lenses and reasonable buckets, and it's just getting frustrating. So why I'm out here today is I'm going to attempt to convert them to LEDs. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I have some LEDs right here and some relay harnesses right here. So I'm going to go try this out. Let's see if I can make these work. Not real confident I can, but I'm going to try it. All the fingers crossed, because this is getting expensive. So let's go check it out. Okay, well, here's the lights right here. There's 3 wires on these. I'm assuming we got a power and a ground and probably a signal wire, but I'm going to see what exactly happens when I do some touching to stuff. We got a power ground there, power there, nothing. I'm not mixing these up. That's definitely power and that's definitely ground. Power, ground, more ground? Do you need also ground? Okay, that's also ground. So I'm probably going to need to ground this. Nope, that's just ground. That doesn't matter. So I can probably wire just these 2 up to the blinker. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Looking at this housing right here, I really think these will fit in pretty good. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be any less fragile or break any less, but at least I'm not destroying, nice plastic lenses that we can't get anymore. So I think this is going to work pretty nice right about there. I can probably slick the wiring over top of this. Maybe just pull this out completely. Okay, I'm going to temporarily wire this up and just see what happens. This isn't going to be a permanent solution. This is more of just like to test it out and see what happens. Keep those apart so it's not really a major fire hazard in theory. Ignition on, right blinker blinkering. Let's go test this out. Yep, that's how we wire it up. Okay. Now I just gotta run the relay in there, and we're good to go. Yes! So these things gotta go between the positive and the negative terminal before the bulb. So I'm wondering if I just trimmed this off right here. Wow, this is gonna be one of those complicated ones. There's one there. There's one there. If I maybe trimmed off actually a little bit more, so like there, and like there, plumbed that into this, and ran this kind of together like so, and together like so. And then put this over top of all of that. So that was all together like so. Crimped it together about like that. And then about like that. And that can get held together right here. And then that. Okay, now the moment of truth. I'm going to put the ignition in and flip the blinker on. Hey, that's what we're looking for. Okay, now that that's all dialed in, I'm going to try to find a way to get this thing to stick in here permanently, and I'll probably just self-tapper that thing to the frame rail so it's not flopping around. What can I do to get you to be stationary forever? And not just lean in there. It almost wants to fit right in here, but it isn't quite. And if I do that, like, it's almost stable enough just shoving it in there that it might even just stay. Holy crap, that's actually in there really well. But I want to find some way to get them to be held in place. All right, fast forward a little later. I got both plumbed in. Got that one down there. And this one over here, obviously. I'm not the proudest of how I hung these, but I used some zip ties. These things actually do a pretty good job just staying in by themselves. But underneath here, I self-tapered the little resistor up out of the way over there. And then I kind of ran a zip tie over the factory bracket for right now and kind of plumbed it in place that way. I know this isn't really the best way to hold this in place. I know you guys probably expect better from me, and honestly, I expect better from myself, but I plan on putting an aftermarket bumper on the front end of this thing anyway, so I kind of feel like it's a waste of time to make a bunch of brackets and spend all this time in the world when I'm planning on putting another a bumper on this thing in the next, like, 2 to 3 months anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. I know it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I initially had planned on taking a license plate bracket and kind of connecting this back up to the factory bracket this way. And then as I got further along digging into it, I was like, you know, it's not really worth the work. So, I don't know. Hopefully this video is helpful for you guys in some way, shape, or form. I'm really excited to not break frickin' blinker lenses anymore because I'm literally blowing them apart like crazy. Not that I'm not going to not break them anymore, but if I do, it's like $5 now versus, like, you know, a whole really rare, hard to find part that I got to pull off a parts car. So, yeah. Anyway, I guess that's all for me today. Hopefully this is a cool video, I guess. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Catch you in the next one. Adios.